Imagine a world where immortals soar through the heavens, powerful beings guard ancient secrets, and a single mistake can change the fate of entire realms. Our story begins in a universe divided by power, loyalty, and a war that should have ended long ago. Long before the events of this episode, a terrifying figure shook the three realms. His name was Dongfang Qingkang, the Moon Supreme. Feared by enemies and respected by followers, he possessed strength so overwhelming that entire armies trembled at the mention of his name. But even the strongest warrior can be defeated. After a devastating battle, Dongfang Qingkang was sealed away, locked inside a prison designed to ensure he would never threaten the world again. For thousands of years, his name survived only as a warning, a dark legend whispered by those who remembered the horrors of the past. Yet fate has a strange sense of humor. Far away from battlefields and legends lives a tiny orchid fairy named Zilanhua. And like the powerful immortals around her, Zilanhua is not a mighty warrior. She doesn't command armies. She doesn't possess world-shaking magic. Instead, she spends her days tending plants, completing chores, and trying her best not to cause trouble. Unfortunately, trouble seems to find her anyway. Despite her cheerful personality, Zilanhua carries a deep loneliness. She often feels overlooked by those around her. While others rise through the ranks and earn recognition, she remains a small fairy struggling to find her place in a world filled with extraordinary beings. Still, she refuses to give up. There's something incredibly lovable about her determination. Even when things go wrong, she keeps moving forward with hope in her heart. As the day unfolds, Zilanhua becomes focused on an important mission connected to someone she deeply admires. Like many dreamers, she believes that hard work and sincerity will eventually be rewarded. But destiny has other plans. Prison holding Dongfang Qingkang has remained untouched for millennia, standing as a monument to a victory long past. Yet powerful seals are only as strong as the circumstances protecting them. And somewhere beyond the awareness of the heavenly realm, the impossible is about to happen. Meanwhile, Zhao Lanhua's innocent actions start setting off a chain reaction. At first, everything seems ordinary. A task here, a small mistake there, nothing that appears important. But fantasy stories rarely announce the moment destiny changes. Often, the biggest turning points begin with the smallest decisions. As Zhao Lanhua continues her journey, she unknowingly moves closer to an event that will connect her life to one of the most dangerous beings ever known. The contrast couldn't be greater. On one side is a kind-hearted fairy who worries about flowers and friendships. On the other is a legendary ruler whose power once threatened entire realms. They should never meet. Their paths should never cross. Yet fate is already weaving their stories together. The episode gradually builds a sense of mystery. Viewers begin to realize that the peaceful surface of the heavenly world hides countless secrets. Ancient grudges remain unresolved. Old enemies are not truly forgotten. And beneath every beautiful landscape lies the possibility of danger. Then comes the moment when curiosity pushes Zhao Lanhua into territory she was never meant to enter. What begins as a simple effort to accomplish her goals soon becomes something far more significant. The atmosphere changes. The air feels heavier. Ancient magic lingers everywhere. For the first time, Zhao Lanhua finds herself standing at the edge of a mystery connected to the distant past. She doesn't fully understand what she's dealing with. How could she? No one expects an ordinary orchid fairy to become involved in a legend thousands of years old. Yet each step pulls her deeper into the unknown. And somewhere in the darkness, a sleeping force begins to awaken. Not because armies are marching, not because kingdoms are falling, but because one small fairy accidentally wandered into the wrong place at exactly the right time. Or perhaps exactly the wrong time.